What's good, everybody? It is Monday, January 16th, a national holiday. So all the kids are home from school, everybody's together, and you are starting your day off with the sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting, and it's not close. Now, the thing that I'm most excited about this morning, that if you watched all of our live shows over the weekend, it was about more than just the picks. We had kind of good and bad when it comes to just the picks on the show. But when it comes to everything else, I tell you all the time, you can't just look at the recap screens. We had Jamar Chase. We had a bunch of players that we talked about. We leaned into. We hit the donkey last night. Mikey hit the big three team, Bills, Bengals, 49ers parlay that we had. We had teasers that we talked about that all hit with the Giants, with the Jags, all that kind of stuff. Hashtag it pays to watch live. Now, with all that being said, it's a busy day at the brand because for the second year in a row, the NFL has graced us with a Monday night football playoff game. So tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, just like we do with every single primetime NFL game, me and the crew will be here live to break down, I think, the most intriguing, interesting matchup of the entire weekend. And we've seen all 5 games were amazing so far. Amazing. All of the overs have hit. All of the stuff has come in. And I got to tell you, it's a hell of a lot of fun to watch. So, as many of you know, our week ends on Monday. We do everything differently here at the brand. So, let's bring in the stars of the show because we are locked, we are loaded, we are ready, we are healthy, and we probably shouldn't have used that last word, healthy. So that's we start. Ladies and gentlemen, less than 24 hours ago, this man was in an emergency room. But do not let a little nerve pinch hinder him from showing up and going to work. Buckets, how are you feeling, sir?
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, everybody. It's starting to get a little embarrassing. I feel like this is the 3rd or 4th time since I've been on the show that we've done the intro of he's back from the emergency room. So it keeps happening, but I'm doing okay. I can't move my head at all. And just a warning to everyone, I am on pain meds right now. So if I start giggling uncontrollably, just know that it's not my fault today.
If you laugh at the fact that the Flyers have won 7 of their last 8 games, we'll know there's something seriously wrong. Something seriously wrong. And speaking of that, she is our ice queen for a reason. Allie, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Happy to be here. And we have a lot of Monday hockey, which is kind of rare.
It's awesome because it's a holiday. So we got stuff starting noon today.
11,
in
I
basketball.
think, girl.
Yeah, for hockey, 11. So it's all day. So you got to pay attention to start times. Don't get shut out. Now, this man, I said, Maestro, don't worry about anything else. Just stay laser focused on the NFL. Larry Hartstein, good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Happy MLK Day. Yeah, I mean, every single game delivered. Even the Seahawks 49ers was competitive late into the 3rd quarter. And then just, major switch after major switch, talking about that touchdown in the Bengals game. Luckily, I had the Ravens plus the 8.5, but I know some people that had the Bengals minus 6.5 that were very happy. And I just wanted to do a quick shout out to the fact that the Australian Open has begun, and we do have tennis picks up on the site. You go to analysis, click on tennis, or you can just put in Google Sportsline tennis articles, and you will see our expert Jose Honorado up over 60 units last year. He's got to play. He's got to play today in the Australian Open.
And if you're sitting there right now going, I don't know, Maestro, I don't know if I want to be a Sportsline member. Hey, we're going to do you a solid. Use a promo code early. We'll give you 30 days for free. You can try those articles. You can try the Australian Open. You can try Buckets Guru and the silent assassin Brant Sutton and their soccer. You can try Allie with her hockey. You get it all for this many dollars. Then after that, 10 a month. Don't talk to me about anybody else. All right, here we go. Storylines that could affect the betting lines today. And I got to tell you, we just talked about it. The NFL always seems to deliver. And already, Maestro, lines are out for next week. Start us off.
Yeah, I got a couple of tidbits on each of these games. Of course, the Jaguars and the Chiefs is a rematch. That game closed Kansas City 10. They won 27-17. The Jags are playing much better, obviously. A lot of different angles to look at. Of course, Doug Peterson and Andy Reid know each other very well, having worked together. But the thing that jumps out at me is the Chiefs were -3 in turnovers in that game. They outgained Jacksonville by about 180 yards, and it still finished right on the number. And now, if you like the Chiefs, you're getting a better number in the 8.5 range. That's something to look at. And then Giants Eagles, I knew this wouldn't last. When they opened 7.5, I knew that was crazy. Every 7.5 that I've seen has been gobbled up. Talking about a Giants team with all the mojo, with the underdog mentality, with the great coaching. Their offense was amazing yesterday. Now we'll see if that was just because of how bad Minnesota is defensively. But the Eagles come in on an 0-4 ATS skid. Hopefully the rest help them. It is an advantage for them that this game is Saturday, so it's a quicker turnaround for the Giants. And then the game of the weekend that we have is Bills-Bengals. And that open 3.5, we're seeing Buffalo money, so it's up to 4 right now. If that gets to 4.5, I'd be really tempted with the Bengals, but they did lose another offensive lineman. We got to check his status coming up this week, because that would be 3 starters out going into Buffalo.
I've got so much respect for Joe Burrow and the fact that he never complains about the fact that he must feel like he's in front of a firing squad when he drops back to pass at this point. And he still delivers. So does Jamar Chase. Thank you, Jamar. Catches, yards, we catch both. Now, because of our 3 incredible soccer cappers at SportsLine, I have fallen in love with the sport of soccer. English Premier League, Serie A, La Liga, Turkey Super League, Liga 1 from France. You name it. I can name them all. But there is one league, one, that has not come back from the World Cup break, and it's our favorite league. Buckets, you're up.
We've talked about how it seems like every week since the end of the World Cup, we've gotten another league back to bet on. We got the EPL, then La Liga, then Serie A, then Ligue 1. But finally, on Friday afternoon, we get the best league in the soccer world back, playing every single week. And of course, I'm talking about the German Bundesliga, the most goal-heavy league in all of Europe's top 5. And it starts off with an absolute banger of a match between Bayern Munich and RB Leipzig. So just get ready, because we are going to be betting on so much German Bundesliga over the next 6 months, and it will become all of your favorite leagues eventually.
I'm already dreaming about both teams to score in over 2.5 and 8 goals get scored. I can see it already, Buckets. I can see it already. Hopefully you make it to Friday so we can actually have a pick on the show and you can show up. All right, now, I've been so impressed with all of the little places and nuggets and teams that Allie has been finding for you. And the other day, I got so many tweets about the Dallas under because of her storyline. It makes my heart sing. Allie, can you give me another team today that you have your eye on?
Yep, so I do have my eye on the Flyers, which is kind of crazy to say, but they have won 7 of their last 8 games, and they've won 5 straight on the road. I mean, they're obviously playing the Bruins tonight, so they're probably going to be pretty heavy dogs, but just take a look at that puck line there, considering how well they've been playing, and that they've covered the spread in 5 straight road games. So even if you don't take the Flyers, you're going to need a lot of confidence in Boston to play them at minus 305.
And for those of you who are new, when she says the puck line, she means minus 1.5 or plus 1.5. The odds are different than the straight money line, but there's different ways, just like in soccer, to bet it. I encourage you to follow her on Twitter. She will lead you through all of the meadows of the NHL. All right, it's time to get to our board for the day. And when we end our week, we want to do it in strong fashion. So, Allie, I'm coming right back to you, because in the very city that you call home, you have found value tonight. Talk to me.
Yep, I have. So we're going to go with the Avs team total over 3.5 at minus 123. I will admit that the Avs haven't really looked like the reigning Stanley Cup champions this season, but they did just put up an impressive 7-0 win against the Sens the other day. And I think a lot of their struggles kind of stem from their extensive injured list. But the offense appears to be making at least some progress since they've returned to almost full health here. Another reason to take the Avs is that Ville Husso, he's given up 4 more goals in 5 straight starts, in which he has a 4.81 GAA. So based on the Avs' most recent 7-0 win, I think they use that momentum and turn their season around. So Avs team total over 3.5 at minus 123.
Very good. I love that number too, minus 123. This is a great way to bet a game. And when you're not sure about the outcome, just root on a team to score. And I love this first play of the show. Allie, thank you very much. Now, Buckets, when you have a person named Colonel in the chat saying, where is it? Glad to see Buckets this morning. Get well soon, sir. Now you've infiltrated the military with your mishaps. We're going down a very slippery slope right now, Buckets. A very slippery slope. However, on this holiday in the United States, it's not necessarily a holiday around the world. So I know, despite the painkillers, you have found something for us this morning. What do you have?
Coach, it may be a slippery slope, but at the bottom of that slope, as always, is the pay window. I'm looking at the Portugal Premier League, and I'll be honest with you guys, Mondays and Tuesdays are hard for soccer because it's a lot of cup games. And as we've seen this year, cup games are difficult to bet. So I'm sticking with Portugal, and this is going to be a very ugly game. If you're the type of person that enjoys beautiful soccer with amazing passing and great finishing, just place the bet and don't watch this game because this is the battle of the ugly. This is going to be a low-scoring game between Estoril Praia and Casa Pia Lisbon. These are two teams that are averaging less than a goal scored a game and less than a goal conceded a game. However, Casa Pia is in incredible form right now, grabbing a draw against Porto and having a massive Taça de Portugal Cup win last week as well. So we're going for the team in better form, and we're just giving ourselves that usual safety net. It's a bit let me try that again. It's a bit juiced here at minus 145, but Casa Pia should win this game outright if you'd rather sprinkle that money line. I like having that safety net. I see this being a 1-0 kind of game, so be careful betting overs on this one.
All right, I like this a lot. By the way, a little added bonus for all of you in the chat. Our man Berg Betts is up early today. If you have any college basketball questions, put them into the chat. He'd be more than happy to answer them for you in real time. All right, it's time for me. And last night as I watched, it only takes one bad quarter when you have an over in the 230s to kill that over. So that was very frustrating last night. But today I'm going with two teams on this Martin Luther King holiday. There are games all day starting early afternoon. The Celtics. Now, you got this new thing the NBA is doing where the same two teams play either back-to-back nights or, Saturday and Monday, just like the Hornets and the Celtics are doing. So when the Celtics beat the Hornets by 16 on Saturday, and they're only giving 8 tonight, I'm willing to run that back because during their 6-game winning streak, let me check my notes. They've won by 11, 8, 5, and 29. So they have won by this number 5 out of their last 6 games. I'll take those odds and take the Celtics minus the 8. Then, what do I get to tell you guys about Madison Square Garden? What do I tell you all the time? That when Madison Square Garden is in play, and it's a holiday, and all the kids in New York City and the surrounding areas come in, you can't win in New York. So we're going to take the Knicks on the money line. We're not going to lay the 2. Money line minus 128, and we're just going to love because they've been very good the last 3 games, current 3-game winning streak, and I believe they'll make it 4 later today. All right, Maestro, we have made you wait long enough. As always, this is your spot. It's the Maestro spot for a reason. The floor is yours.
Well, there's no worse program in college basketball than Georgetown that has lost 27 straight Big East regular season games since that miracle win when they won the tournament a couple of years ago. But they do have an electric player named Brandon Murray, a transfer from LSU. I don't know if you saw his dunk against Villanova. It should be one of the dunks of the year. He got hurt in that game, and he's been out a couple of games. Everything I'm seeing is that he is expected to play today. They need him. He averages 15 a game. He can create offensively. They didn't have a single player score in double digits last game. That's how bad they are. But Villanova is pretty bad too. They've lost 5 of 6, the only win coming against Georgetown in a game that was tied at the half. And then Murray got injured in that game, only played about 20 minutes. Nova pulls away. Nova only has 8 scholarship players. It's in Nova. It's an early tip at Finneran. Take the points. It's going to be a Nova win. We know that for sure. But this, to me, is too many points. I am counting on Brandon Murray to play. You can wait and see, but I think if he is ruled in, this line is going to drop.
Very good. So it's going to drop. Now, you have college basketball, but I'm assuming you got a little NFL football, yes?
I do. I didn't know we were going to go over those 2 plays, which I've given out on earlier shows, but I'm happy to do it. I rolled with the Bucks at +3 before this fell down to 2.5. I only like it at 3. I paid minus 120 just because of how the Cowboys are trending and because how bad their pass defense is. They don't have a number 2 cornerback, and I think Tom Brady will exploit that. The Cowboys have not won a road playoff game, I should say, in 30 years. And then Tom Brady over 273.5. He's got his starting offensive line. His tackles are back a lot more comfortable in the pocket at home. They're throwing over 70% of the time. That's the way to attack this Dallas secondary. I mean, if Josh Dobbs can have success, if Sam Howell can have success, Tom Brady can have success.
You're damn right he can. And this is going to be a competitive game, or at least we expect it to be. And if all the other games shows what this one's going to be, there's going to be a lot of points also, which means, Maestro, how do you feel about Tom Brady's attempts? And I'm trying to find up to the minute attempts for him.
42.5.
Yeah, I have 41.5 at my book.
But I love it over 41.5 for sure.
Right?
I would lean over at 42.5. I like him over on completions. I like him over on attempts. I just targeted the yards, but yeah, you can attack it the other ways too.
And I'm doing it right now. I just played the attempts at 41.5, and his completions are 28.5. You like that too?
I think I like the attempts a little bit more.
Boom. I'm laying out the completions. That's what we do. That's what we do right there in real time. Last night, I bet Jamar Chase live on the show. I showed you. And he had, 8 catches in the first 18 minutes? It pays to watch live. It pays to listen to the Maestro and Sia and Prop Stars and M Squared. Buckets, you're never going to do football for us. I don't want to see any more texts asking if you can be on our football shows, okay? Stop it. Allie doesn't do that. Allie doesn't do that. You have something you need to say?
I do have something I need to say. Unless if you were talking to Allie. We talking to Allie or me?
No, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, Buckets.
I'm just making sure. I know that I am not the American football guy, but I just want to say with my little knowledge that I have, I actually really like the under on that Brady completion. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Just my 2 cents, and do with that what you will.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. If that under comes in, 28.5, I will give not one, but 2 $100 prizes to somebody in the chat. So what would you like them to write, Buckets, to participate? With their Venmo, what do they need to write?
With their Venmo, they need to write #Bucketheads in the chat.
Okay. #Bucketheads in the chat with your Venmo if you want to participate. An official play on the show now. And it is, let's make sure we get the number right. It is 28.5 minus 125. If that comes in, then I, out of my pocket, will pay 2 $100 winners. As always, no strings attached. Then you can go play with it tomorrow on a college basketball game with Berg Bets. Look at Buckets adding to the show and it costing me money at the end of the day. Damn, Buckets. Grab your paper. Grab your pencil. Here we go. Oh, Maestro, did you have something?
Yeah, I just like a guy that can create his own brand of followers, in real time.
In real time, right? In real time. It's amazing. It's amazing. All right, here we go. The Maestro's on 3 big plays today. Bucks +3 minus 120. Tom Brady over 273.5 pass yards. They only know how to pass in Tampa. That's it. Competitive game. He'll be like 32 for 58 or something like that, but it's going to be a lot of balls into the air. Then Georgetown. It's an early game today, a noon start, +14.5 Georgetown against Villanova. Then Buckets, 1 play, draw no bet. If you've never bet soccer before, go down to like that third line, that a push or a draw, you get your money back on draw no bet, -145. The money line will be less, but a draw, you don't get your money back. Then Allie Bama's on the Avalanche. Team total over 3.5 tonight, -123. Again, games all day long. And then with me, I love the Celtics -8. That's a 1 p.m. Eastern start this afternoon. And then the Knicks at a place that I used to work, Madison Square Garden, at home against the Raptors. Money line -128. You got anything else, Buckets? Anything else you'd like to add?
I think I'm good, Coach. Thank you.
I feel like you need to do marching orders this morning. You can't even turn your neck. You probably popped that out too. What a good start. Don't forget, we're back at 4 p.m. Early Edge at 5, 7:30 p.m. for our Early Edge live show tonight, Cowboys and the Bucks. I feel like Buckets right now, to be honest with you. All right, there's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these holiday tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. Alabama, the Ice Queen, Buckets, the Maestro, and the Snake, always on the 1s and the 2s. I am the coach. Tell all your friends you want to laugh a little bit, you want to have some fun, you want to be educated and entertained. There's only one place. I'm fired up today. Mondays, everybody else can sleep in, not us. Not us at the Early Edge. Good luck.